Good morning, Dan from Rhubarb Car Sales. Welcome back to the channel. Just a little Sunday morning pitch update. C-Max is back down here, listed that at 1995 with the known fault. I've just put on the description, does not go into limp mode, does not have any engine management light on, driven it with no issues, clutch, engine, gearbox, all fine. However, it does have this engine malfunction warning. Had it to 3 different mechanics who cannot find a fault with the car. So I've just listed it at that. Previously sold at 2695, now advertised at 1995 to clear as it is. Hopefully it'll just make a nice cheap car for somebody. And I mean, next to the Focus, they're both 1995. You know, that looks good value. I think that looks really good value. You sit in them, that looks a little bit dated compared to that. And that's got all the toys with reverse camera and sorry, not reverse camera, reverse sensors, all the digital radio and stuff like that, cruise control. That is a much more comfortable car to drive. It's had all the full service, cam belt done. That's cracking value at 1995. Should go at that. Mini's going back up for sale. I know I said I was going to keep that. I've had it, I've had my fun out of it. Kind of decided that what I knew all along is it's just not practical. As you can see, I've got the car seats in there, I've had the girls in it this morning. It's just not ideal, and I've started really wanting a Volvo XC70 Estate. I've always wanted one. I don't know why I've never had one, but just never made that jump to get one. So I'm on the lookout for a good XC70 Estate at the moment. I did see a really nice one for sale on the forum the other day. A guy was selling one for £4,000 that was absolutely spot on. It looked lovely, but when I looked into it, it was the drive model, which is less horsepower, so it's 175 instead of a normal 220, I think it is, which is fine. That doesn't bother me. And it's front wheel drive instead of 4-wheel drive, which again didn't really bother me until I looked into the reviews, and because there's such a big heavy car, a lot of power on front wheel drive, apparently that model is just awful to drive and you won't be able to drive it in winter at all. Even in the dry, you get tail spinning it, the back end kicks out. So I'm gonna hold out and hopefully get the normal 4-wheel drive model. It was really nice, the one that I saw. It had, sounds daft, but it had cloth seats instead of a normal leather, but I actually really liked the cloth seats. I thought they looked really nice. Corsa, just had a test drive on the Corsa. Really nice chap, has come down from York. He's been speaking to me for a couple of weeks. He's been interested, but then he weren't well, and then his daughter weren't well, and then him and his daughter's not been able to tie a time down together. Anyway, he came on his own this morning. He's driven the Corsa, really likes it. Lovely fella, really nice and easy to deal with. Sorry, I got a little bit of a cold, a little bit of a cough. And he's brought down a Suzuki Alto, a nice red 5-door Alto with service history. I think it's full service history. Doesn't need the back bumper painting. Probably needs the cam belt doing. But nice little car. The big thing is it's only got 39,000 miles. So we've agreed a deal on that. Taking the Alto in Part X, and he's taking the Corsa. I think I'm going to drop that over for him on Tuesday. He couldn't work out how we were going to get here, and his daughter works through the week and all that. So I said, what if I bring it over and drive the Alto back? So I think that's what we're going to do. Glad to see that go. It's just started. It hasn't been here forever, but it's just a nice one to move on now. $1,850 back in the bank, plus the Alto at a good price. And I think I've got somebody I can move that onto straight away. A friend texted me this week asking if I've got any little 1 litre low insurance cars, so that'll be spot on, to be honest. And in other little news, I've finally got somewhere indoor. So I know it's not signed up as Rhubarb Car Sales yet, but I spoke to the owner the other day. He said he saw me selling cars out here the other day, and he said, yeah, you need somewhere to do your paperwork, don't you? He said, what do you think to this? He said, will this do you? So I've got this little office now, which is much better. Like I say, it's not much, but it's enough just to put a heater in here, put a coffee machine in here. I can't really, I'm going to talk to him about putting a cabinet in here with some sort of paperwork and some valeting supplies in. Through the week it does get used as a walkthrough to that door there. There's a training school in here, all the kids sort of smoking areas here, and we all walk through and go through there. But on a weekend that's locked now, so on a weekend it's self-contained, and to be honest most of my sales are on a weekend like now, on a Sunday, so that's ideal for me. Nice to get a little office somewhere to sit and do my paperwork and look a bit more permanent, rather than usually I take them up to Costa. We get a coffee up at Costa, which, you know, it's worked up to now, but this is better. Like you said, I can put a sign on there. So yeah, happy with that. Andy's charging me very little money for it, so chuffed to bits with that. That's a good advancement. Right, going to stop jibber jabbering. I've got a couple of keys to go get cut. Going to go pick my girls up, take them to soft play this afternoon. Then hopefully I'll continue this video. I may or may not be going to the auction on Wednesday. I need some more cars now. We've got a little bit of a pot to play with, not much. So I've got about 6,000 quid plus 1850 to come from that. So I've got about 8,000 quid to play with. I need a couple more cars coming in. So I'm hoping to go to the auction on Wednesday, but I've just not got a permission slip off the wife yet. So we'll see. Hopefully the end of this video we'll put some cars in and do a bit of an auctioneer video. Morning, right, I've just pulled up at the customers. I've agreed to drop the car off of them in York this morning. I booked the day off work to get some other bits done, but customer come and looked at the Corsa on Sunday, loved it, agreed to buy it. We've took the Part X of the Suzuki Alto, but he was struggling to get back over until next week. His daughter or something was going away. He was struggling to get over for a week or so kind of wanted to get the deal wrapped up. So I said, does it help you if I drop it off? It's an hour's drive away from Wakefield to York. It is the far side of York, but he were over the moon with that. He said, oh, would you really? I said, yeah, no problem, I'll drop it off on Tuesday. So it's Tuesday morning, 10:10 now. I've just pulled up outside customer's house. Car has driven absolutely perfectly. Just, it's so relieving, like, just to hand over such a nice car. Like I said, 12 plate with 53,000 miles on. Drives absolutely perfect. No rattles, bumps or squeaks. Just drives like you'd expect a new car. Got in this morning, it was chilly. I put the heated seats on, heated steering wheel. On the way here it's been really bad weather, so I've just whacked the cruise control on, just cruised along at 60 mile an hour. I've done 55 mile to gallon, 52.3 mile to gallon. It's the 1.4 model, so I haven't driven many 1.2s. The two Corsas that I've sold have been the 1.3 diesel and the 1.4 petrol, so I've not had a 1.2, but the only 1.2 I've driven is the red one that I've given to my brother to sell. But I can only imagine this has just sat comfortably. It hasn't struggled at 70 mile an hour. It just felt comfortable. I'm not tired driving it. I never really liked Corsas before I got into this job, and like I said, this is the second one I've had now. The other one was the Corsa diesel that we had with 30,000 miles. That drove spot on. That was a little bit scruffy around my body, but drove spot on. This one, again, just drives like you'd expect a new car. So I'm a big Corsa convert, really. Before, from outside this job, it's not something I'd ever imagined of driving or recommending to anybody. I always thought they were cheap, tinny, noisy, rattly, but no, I can only say from the two that I've had, I've been really impressed with them. Drives spot on. Okay, the only criticism I can give is boring, a little bit dull. You know, you're not going to win any drag races in them, but for people who just want a comfortable car that they can get in and just go every day, cheap to run, spot on. So I'm going to get this dropped off now. I've put 6 months tax on it for them because it didn't have a logbook, this car. It had 2 keys, 1 owner. The only downside was it didn't have a V5, so I went and sorted that out at the post office last night, and it was just easier to put 6 months tax on while I was there for them, so I did that. So hopefully they'll be over the moon with that. Right, let's get this dropped off, pick the Alto up. I've got a feeling me drive back in my Alto is not going to be as comfortable as this, but that's only got 39,000 miles, so we'll see. I've got that booked in at my garage for service and MOT, so I'm going to get that, drive it straight back and get it dropped off. We'll do a quick walk round on that when we get it over to Pontefract for the service. Right guys, I've just driven this back from York. I'm just dropping this off at the garage now. This is the little Suzuki Alto we've took in Part X. So I've just driven it for an hour back from York. It's absolutely cracking. No problems at all. First one I've had of these. I've not managed to get any Altos yet. Little 1 litre. Drove spot on. No bumps, no squeaks, no rattles. Sat at 70 mile an hour. Absolutely no problem. Comfortable to drive. So bodywork isn't bad at all. Nothing needs doing down there. Can't really see it on camera, but that bumper's a totally different colour. It's really flat, all the lacquer's gone, totally different colour. So I'm just going to nip in to where my MOT guy is there. There's a paint man at the back that I've not used before, so that's my plan, is to drop it off, get it MOT'd and serviced, and then leave it with a paint man there to get this back bumper painted. I'm just going to nip in and speak to him now. But yeah, once you can see it more this side, can't you? Alloys are good, they'll come up okay with a little clean. Advisories on the tyres for being slightly perished, so we might need some tyres on MOT. Yeah, they're a bit low, aren't they? So we might need tyres, but good spec model. It's the SZ4, which I'm guessing is the top spec. I don't know what that means. I don't know what you get with the SZ4. I'm guessing it's Lecky windows, CD player. It says seats are not bad at all. Seats are all in nice condition, just needs a good valet. Clutch and gearbox are spot on. Loads of paperwork and service history. Found some more little invoices and stuff out today. Repair to Suzuki. £205 spent there. Brake pipes, MOT test, wiper blades, oil filter. That was in November last year. £100 there, suspension arms, £125 brake pipes, engine oil filter, £170 there. That was in 21, so it's been really well maintained. Let's have a look at the service book. Here we go. So first registered 2012, October 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and then invoices from 22, so full service history, haven't we? And it's only got 39,000 miles. So what a cracking little car that is. I think that's a good little buy. £2,000 we've give for that. Part X auto trader values it at 3.5. So I'm thinking £200 on the bumper, £300 on the service and MOT and tyres. If we can spend 500 quid on it, should have a nice little profit in that. Notice this, that doesn't work there. There's a kind of button under there that doesn't work. You have to use the key to get in, and then when you do get in, the struts don't work. So I've got 2 struts to put on in that. See if I can get that little mechanism working. Right, let me know what you think of a little Alta. I think that's a cracking little car. Bodywork spot on, drive spot on. Let's just get a little bit of prep done to it. It'll machine polish, lovely. Machine polish and a wet back on that. That's going to look absolutely superb. Going to make a cracking little car for someone. Good afternoon, guys. It's Thursday. Just got home from work. I've got somebody coming to look at the Mini at 5:30. It's nearly 1:45 now. I've got to pick the girls up from school at 3. Get this ready. It is quite dirty. It's not had a good wash for a while, but I do think it'll clean quite easily, because when I have cleaned it, it has been polished plenty of times. As you can see, the wheels are really dirty. They're filthy. So need to get all the wheels and tyres looking nice. All the black trim needs to be auto glimmed again. Hoping to give it a polish. I'll show you the products that we're using now. I've just emptied the boot and took all the car seats out. That needs a hoover. I did hoover inside yesterday, but then I have just took the car seats out now, and as you can see, it kind of needs hoovering again. So I'm going to go back over that today. But yeah, not too bad inside really. Don't know if you can see, but the windows are all scrawky, so all the windows need doing. I'm going to do the outside first. These are the products I'm using. So I've just got 2 buckets set up. A bucket with a grit guard in the bottom and a microfiber mitt for the bodywork. Separate bucket for the wheels with a new Maguire's microfiber brush. I've gone for a soft microfiber one instead of a hard bristly one this time. I've got a Hydro UK snow foam bottle set up with some pH neutral snow foam. I'm using Auto Glim professional car shampoo at the minute. That smells nice, it's quite good. I've got that for inside. I'm going to use triple all-in-one polish I think today. And then this I bought for the windows. I used to use this about 10 years ago. I've not used it for years. And then the other day I thought I need to start paying more attention to the windows really. This is really good stuff. Rather than going on like a spray, it goes on like a polish, so you can see where you've put it, and you know, you put it on, it goes dry and white like a polish, and then wipe it off. So I'm going to use that today. Obviously take me a little bit more time to do that, but that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, let's crack on. Let's get this Mini clean. There we go, Mini's all snow foamed. I've also put a bit of alloy wheel cleaner on the, you can see it browning now, can't you? Put some quite strong EZ car care alloy cleaner on there. Just letting that soak in. I'm going to go round and do all the wheels first. I'm not going to film me doing it today because I've not got my tripod and stuff, and to be honest I just want to crack on and get it done. But I'm just going to do it kind of stage by stage like this, if that works for you guys. Right, let me get these wheels done. There we go, we're all rinsed off. I've just got to dry it now. I've rinsed it, I've bucket washed it. As you can see, it's coming up really nice. I knew it'd come up easy just because it were a clean car, even though it was dirty. I'd protected it previously, I'd waxed it and polished it and stuff previously, so I knew it'd come up fairly easy. It's not like when I've just bought them from auction and they've got months and months of neglect on them. Right, just going to get the big drying towel now, get it all dried off. Right, I've used the Auto Glim triple all-in-one polish. I've put that everywhere now, all in little circles. I've used the little polishing pad to put that on, and then I'm going to use just a soft microfiber cloth to buff that off. And I've just got the plastics and the tyres to do, coming together nicely. How nice that roof comes up. It's really nice polish, that Auto Finesse triple. Comes off quite easy. You shouldn't use too much pressure when polishing anyway. You want it to come off easy. As you can see, I'm just using small light strokes to get that off. You shouldn't be scrubbing it off. These cloths are really nice as well. These were just off eBay, but they are really, really good. As you can see, that's come up lovely. Let's see what this blue comes up like. I'd be very surprised if this guy don't buy it. He is my friend. I've known him for a few years. A friend from work. Well, he's my manager now. He's got a Dacia Duster at the minute. Decided he no longer needs a big car, so he's doing the opposite to what I am really. I'm coming out of a Mini to get into a big car. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but as you know, I fell in love with this, decided I was going to keep it forever, did the timing chain, but I have had my fun out of it now, a couple of months. I've always liked my big comfy cars. I've had Mondeo for the last 6 years. I've always liked Volvos, but never had one. I've never really had excuse to change the Mondeo. The Mondeo's always done everything I've needed it to do, really. And I've looked at Volvos a few times, but like I said, I've never really needed it. It'd always been a luxury to change it, not a need, because the Mondeo's always done everything I need it to do. But I've driven this for a couple of months. It's fine for me getting to work and back. But then we've got the 2 girls. I've had the kid seats in here. And then we've talked about the possibility of getting a dog. And then I started thinking about the Volvo again, estate. So I'm pretty set on getting a Volvo XC70 estate at the minute. So yeah, the buyer who's coming tonight is doing the opposite. He's got a Dacia Duster, and he's decided doesn't need that anymore. Just needs a little nip around to get to work and back, and this will be ideal. So like I say, I can't see him not liking it. He's a bit of a car fan. He got us the sale on the Kia. His friend, he recommended us before, and his friend's daughter came and bought the Kia Rio that we had, the purpley blue one. There we go, that's coming up nice. So it'd be a nice, easy customer to deal with, I think. Like I say, we've talked about it, he knows about the car. I've told him why I'm selling it again. Depends what he wants doing with it, really. I don't know if he's going to take it with it as it is with the existing MOT, or if he's going to want a new 12 months MOT putting on, but I'm happy to do either, really. Either knock him a little bit off if he wants to take it as it is, or put him a new 12-month MOT on, we'll see. Right, let me get on. What are we on? 20 to 3 now, so I've not done bad for an hour's work, really. Like I say, it's really going to make a difference when I do the tyres, and it's the plastics that have all gone dull. Right, that's the Auto Glim glass polish put on the in and out of every window. Smells really nice. Like I say, at least you can see where you've covered, you're not missing any bits. Oh, look at that. Streak free finish. That's so much better. I've been using like just any window cleaner that I can put my hands on. So normally the Aldi 79p glass cleaner, which has just been absolutely rubbish in all honesty. But that is spot on. Look at that. Makes a difference, doesn't it? Clean windows. Subconsciously you don't really notice it. It's not something you look at, but I think you notice it subconsciously, don't you? Right, let's get the inside of that one cleaned. Spot on that. Spot on. Comes off really easy as well. Right, I'm going to get the rest of this off. Look at the difference that makes. Look at that tyre compared to that, how dull that front one is. I tell you, the car never looks clean until back to black's done. Tilt tyre shines on. This is great stuff, this. I think it was 15 quid for 5 litres off Amazon. It's lasted me ages. I'm just about to run out now. It really has lasted me ages. Sorry, had my stupid finger in the way. Look at that. That's a good shine. Spot on. So I've just got all the plastics to do. Done all the glass. Done the inside. Just finish these tyres off. And like I said, I've just got these get some auto glim on the plastics. Plastic trim restorer it's called. That's my go-to for the plastics. I have got the Overtroll as well that Chops Garage raves about, but never been a fan really. I don't really like the finish of it. There we go, that's nice and shiny. Beautiful. Really need to get some stock in at the minute. So we're on Thursday today. It was auction day Wednesday, yesterday, last night, but I didn't get a chance to go. My wife's doing a university assignment at the minute, and if you can imagine I'm being careful what I say here, sorry for the long pause. But if you can imagine a woman who is very, very stressed out doing a university assignment till all hours in the morning with 2 kids wanting her attention as well, school runs to do and dinners to do and washing and all that kind of stuff. I didn't dare mention the auction. So I do desperately need new stock. I've got a kitty of about 7,000 quid to play with. Plus, if we can get this gone, it'll give us over 10. Sorry, I've got a new phone and my hand keeps going over the camera while I'm getting used to it. So yeah, I've tried to book next Wednesday off, because next Wednesday's auction I won't be able to make either because I'm on late, so I'm trying to book that off. But as I've mentioned before, in our job you don't get to find out if you've got the day off till the day before, so I'm 7th in the queue to get the day off, so I've got a good chance on a Wednesday with 7th in the queue, subject to traffic we call it. It depends on how many people volunteer for overtime, so as long as plenty of people volunteer on Wednesday for overtime, then I'll get the day off, but we'll see. So I'm hoping to get back on Wednesday, because I've got people messaging me every day for cars at the minute, and I've just not got anything. I've got the C-Max, which I'm trying to sell with the fault. This that's hopefully going tonight. The Corsa's gone. I've got that silver Focus at 1995 that I need to get shot of. And that's kind of it. I've got the red Corsa that I've just texted my brother and told him to reduce because he's had no interest on that. That's a 2995 car. He's put a good advert on. He's had it at 2695, reduced it to 2495, 24. I've just told him to put it at 2295 now. But he's had no interest in that, which I don't really know why. Like I say, if it were on my forecourt it would be 2995, and I'm pretty confident I'd get close to that. Maybe that's just the confidence of buying from a trader or not, I don't know. So like I said, I just want my 1600 quid back out of that, that's all I want. So if he can get 2 for it and make himself 400 quid, that's kind of all we're after. Right, let me get on, let me get the plastics done. Right, down at the pitch, just waiting for a customer coming now. The car is absolutely stunning. You can't not have that. And I know it drives well because I use it every day. So, chuffed to bits with that. Like I say, I'll be sad to see it go, but glad to see it go into somebody who's going to appreciate it, I think. He's a nice guy. I have to say that because, like I say, he's my boss, but look at that. Absolutely immaculate. Alt tyres, done alt plastics, roof shining. Stunning little car. And I've just picked all the service history up. Like I say, if you've been picky, the bonnet's been touched in there, not by me previously, but there's a few touched in stone chips there, and the bonnet stripes have been removed, so you can see where 2 lines where bonnet stripes have come off. But like I say, I think you'd have to be picky to do that. Thing is, if you sprayed that bonnet, you won't be able to match it. It'd be a different colour to wings then. You could put bonnet stripes back on to cover that, but I think it looks better without them. And like I say, it's a 12-year-old car with 100,000 miles. You'd have to be picky to pull it up on that, I think. So I'm a bit annoyed because I went and got a key cut for this office the other day, but I just tried the key don't work, so that was a waste of an hour of my time getting a key cut. Just paid my rent again for the next 3 months, so that stung me a little bit. Tell you, the bill, I always say it, tell you that sales are good, but the bills come thick and fast as well in this game. So I've just got all these started up. Just thought I'd turn these over while I'm down here. I always put the windows down because I'm paranoid of keys getting locked in. Still no inquiries on this. I've reduced it 5195. I was gonna put it to 4995. I'd be happy with 4995. I'd still be in profit at that, but even at 5195, it's one of the cheapest in the country now. It's still showing at Auto Trader great price. Cannot understand why we've not had a single inquiry on that. Right colour, top spec, ultra low miles, 46,000 miles, service history, cam belt done. Absolutely miffed why we've got no inquiries on that. That's on Auto Trader, 1995, with an accurate description about the fault that's on it. Again, that's £300 under. That's showing at low price. That's only, I've not bothered putting that on Auto Trader. This is just on Facebook Marketplace because I've not done anything with it. That's I think it's just going to be a little cheapy for someone. I have just got a message tonight saying my dad's looking for a car, looking for something 1500 quid to 1995, so I might recommend that one to them. Again, I'd take 1500 quid for that as it is, or 1995 if they wanted a new MOT and cam belt put in on it. I've got a couple of little jobs to do while I'm here. I've got these headrests. We're missing 2 headrests in the 500, so I've got 2 headrests to put in. It has come as a set of 4, but I only need the back 2. And I bought the tyre. I found that in the back of the Altair, so I kept that. And I'm just going to go around and make sure all the tyres on all the cars are pumped up. Cars always drive better, don't they, with correctly pressured tyres. So right, I'm going to get on with that while I'm waiting for my mate coming. I'll let you know how we get on at the end of the test drive. There we go, we've all done. Absolutely loved it. As I always knew, first person to see and drive this roll by. Car's immaculate, it's got all the history, timing chains done. I can't show you a lot of the history because it's got names on, but look at all that. There's loads and loads of history. Like I say, that's us that's had the timing chain done there. So you just can't ask for anything else in a Mini. Top spec, chili pack, limited edition Pimlico, nice colour, all the alloys are good. Drives absolutely superb. So anyway, he's had it 3995, which is what I advertised it at. I did offer to do it cheaper for him if he wanted to take it as it is with the existing MOT. So I said I'd do it for 3750 with the existing MOT, but he wanted a new MOT on, so I said, I'll tell you what, I'll do new MOT. I'll get a couple of little warning lights sorted out. There's a brake light out and there's another little thing. Let's see if it comes up. No, it hasn't come up now. So sometimes you get a little Mini on a ramp there and it's got a warning code or an error code of CID 415, which is a drain on the battery. Once you've run the car, that goes away like that. We've had a run and it don't come back on, but if you then come to put the car on in the morning, it'll be back on. So it's either the battery that's on its way out, but I've not had a problem with it, or somebody's changed the battery but not had it coded to the car. So I said I'd get that sorted for him. 12 months MOT, he wants it Lanagarding underneath, and I said I'd put him a full tank of juice in it as well. So, of course, like I say, he is a good pal, and he's had me another sale previously as well. So, yeah, I'm happy with that, 3995. It's just going to be a couple of weeks. He's got that Dacia Duster to sell. He wants 7.5, 8 grand for that. 7.5 is a fair price. It is worth 9.5 retail. Sorry, I'm doing the finger thing again. I'm going to have to remember that. It is worth 9.5 retail, and he's happy with 7.5 for it. But bronze colour is going to stick around. And it's just too expensive for me to sell on this pitch. I think somebody's going to want finance on it or whatever. I could buy it at 7.5 and trade it out and try and get 8 for it and just make a couple of hundred quid that way. That might be what I'll do actually. I have took pictures of it, so he's happy with 7.5. So if I can get 8 for it, I can give him 7.5, knowing then that somebody's going to come and pay 8. So I could make 500 quid that way without really gambling. I could agree the sale before, if that makes sense to you. Right, so I've got a couple of weeks to get that ready for him now. as you can see, we are looking bare down here. Really do need some new stock. The thing is in for MOT today. The Alto, the little Alto. Mechanic did text me saying it needed a couple of tyres. So I said, yeah, that's not a problem. Stick a couple of tyres on. He said it would have scraped through, but I said, no, just put them on. You know, I don't want it scraping through. Just put 2 tyres on. So we'll get that sorted. Hopefully get that back tomorrow. And then I think I've got somebody coming to look at that at the weekend, hopefully. But if not, I'm not bothered because we need cars on the pitch anyway, and I'm sure that'll sell quite quick. Right. Oh, just on a final note, I just want to say I've watched, I'm sure most of you watch Car UK, Lee from Car UK. He's not been very well this week. I've watched his video today. Turns out he's had sepsis and he's been in hospital. I did comment on your video, Lee, if you're watching. I did say it's very close to home for me because I lost my father-in-law to sepsis in very similar circumstances to what you had. We believe he got the infection from having an abscess. Ended up collapsing at home, took him into hospital. They kept him in, had a major heart attack overnight by the infection. The hospital didn't pick up that he had sepsis at the time, so he didn't get any treatment for it. Had massive heart failure, and we sadly lost him. He was only 49. Lovely fella he were. Would chat to anybody about anything, whether it be cars, holidays, football, jobs. Always, he could chat to anybody. Really lovely fella. But just back to Lee from Car UK, just wishing you all the best. Glad you're back on your feet. I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for watching your channel. Everything I know I've learnt from watching people like yourself and James from Chops Garage. So just wishing you all the best. And to any viewers out there, any subscribers, if you're feeling unwell, if something doesn't feel right, I know Lee mentioned he had the pain to his left-hand side of his jaw. If your temperature's not right, if you're just getting some flu-like symptoms, please get checked out because, the biggest prevention of sepsis is just get treated. Make sure you get to hospital. They have put new things in place now where they will pick up earlier from your temperature and stuff like that they'll know it's sepsis. So please just get checked out, and Lee, all the best, mate. I'm glad to see you back on your feet and putting some videos out, but please take it easy. Right guys, sorry to end it a bit heavy. Have a good weekend. All the best. Please keep liking, subscribing and commenting. I really appreciate it. All the best. Have a good weekend. Take care.